We are creating a custom image today using NT Lite. I've told people this is the best utility for years, and its downside is it costs $40. Most people don't want to do that. They'd rather use like a free tool like MSMG Toolkit, which I've done in a prior video. I'll try to link it above if you don't want to spend any money. It's just not as good as NT Lite. NT Lite does slipstreaming of updates seamlessly. You can import drivers. You can do all kinds of really cool stuff very easily. That's why you pay the money for it, especially if you're going to be doing this on a regular basis, which if you're a Windows user, you probably should. It'll save a ton of time. So it just depends on how much your time is worth. For me, NT Lite's really what I use. So let's get on the desktop, explain its usage, show you all the really cool stuff that NT Lite does, and yeah, we'll see how fast we can install Windows without any kind of setup screen. And, I bet we can get it about 5 minutes or maybe even a little under. So here's NT Lite. I actually made a little guide. I'll probably link it above, christitus.com NT Lite guide. And in here, we have some really cool things, just kind of shows everything we're going to be doing. We got the presets. Presets are kind of nice. This is from the actual NT Lite forums. Credit goes to TXMMY for creating these presets. I just made a GitHub just so we can easily get these. So I'm just going to download this zip file and we're done with this section. The next up is installing 7-zip. You can do this a variety of ways. On Windows 11, you can just copy paste this command in your prompt. On Windows 10 though, we're not going to have WinGet. So for this, I'm just going to use my tool to install 7-zip real fast. We'll do a IWR, USEB, my website, /win with an IEX at the end. From here, we just click install 7-zip. And if you don't want to do this method, you can just go to 7-zip and download the executable there to set it up. It just depends on how fast you are. And if you want to use PowerShell, you can. So we're done with the install process. Close all these out. So we've installed 7-zip. We've got that. Next up, we got to download the Windows ISO. Now, they have this stupid tool that they like punish Windows users for using. If you're on Mac or Linux grabbing the ISO, it's just an ISO and you just download it. And you don't have to do this installation media creation tool that they basically install a bunch of extra junk on your PC. However, here's a little quick tip to get around it. Control-Shift-I to pull up developer mode. We're going to hit the dots, come into more tools, network conditions, and then just change our user agent and be like, we're not on Windows, we're on Chrome OS, silly Microsoft. And there we go. It redirects us to the ISO download that you can't get when using a Windows-based system to download Windows. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it's Microsoft. It's not meant to. And we'll just do 64-bit download. All right, and that's done. So we'll close out of that, launch into here, go to downloads. And what we're going to do, we'll extract all of the NT Lite directly into this folder. I actually don't want it to create another folder, so we'll just do it that way. And this, if you don't want to do the 7-zip approach, you could actually mount it and copy the files. But I really like 7-zip because it just extracts and does all that legwork for me. And we'll just put it in Windows setup files. So that's everything from the CD directly into there. And we'll just grab our NT Lite. You'll need to activate this if this is your first time. But the first thing we'll do is add our image directory in the downloads. So we'll grab that. We'll have all this stuff to choose from. Now you can go through and delete versions that you're not needing, but honestly, there's an option to just select the version you need so it won't add all this junk in there. So we'll do Windows 10 Pro today. We're going to load this one up, but first let's grab our presets as well. We'll import that from our downloads folder. Put Pro, put our preset, and we're just going to hit load. All right, once it's loaded, you'll notice it goes green and says loaded next to the status. So that's the one image we're going to be messing with. You have your presets here. We also need to click that and hit load as well. So now those are loaded and you get the green dot here, which is great. So then we have updates. This is where you can add your updates. Let's just grab the latest online updates and we'll put .NET in there because most things need .NET these days. And then we'll just say download. This goes out, just immediately grabs all the files. Just makes this so much easier than other methods. And then in queue. So that adds all these files. You can see this is about another gig that it's going to add to those updates. Next is our drivers. You can import your host drivers, But honestly, I really recommend just grabbing those drivers directly. So to add drivers, you have this method. After hitting import host, it grabs most of the drivers, but there's still a couple things in here. I'm going to just add the entire directory. So just go into here, select our CD directory, and then just say select folder. Is there anything else in here I'm missing? And what this does is it grabs all the drivers for any operating system that I might be installing. Obviously, if it's the wrong architecture, it'll exclude them. So it makes it very, very easy to grab all the drivers. Any registry settings you could actually add here. I like to do this post-install, so not really needed. Components, we're just gonna say, don't show this in the future. It's saying, hey, if you remove too much stuff, you could end up with a broken install. Since we are already loading all those settings from Gamer OS, it doesn't really matter. Scheduled tasks, same thing. Be careful about this, but luckily that preset already was removing the stuff that we need removed. Features, same thing. You can see it's only grabbing a couple of features in here and leaving most of everything alone. Settings, I don't do anything. Services, you can see this is what the presets are grabbing. Not a big deal. Extra services, don't touch. Unattended, this is where the magic happens to really kind of speed things up. We'll just hit enable at the top left, and then we'll add a local account, auto log in that user. Typically, we'll make a username here, say okay, display username, and then passwords if you want, but I usually don't. We're just going to auto log in. You can see it already grabbed our locale and all that stuff. Do we want to skip the EULA page? Yes, yes, yes. All of it is pretty much already pre-filled in. And this is actually named Gamer OS Desktop, but actually what I'm going to name this is NT Lite. So that's what I know, hey, I use this to create it. This is the actual name of the system though, so be careful. Full name, computer name prefix. We'll just call this Win10. Product key. Typically what I do for this on the product key side of things, you need to put a product key in because it could install like an enterprise version of Windows, which could be bad. And there's a bunch of generic keys you can grab. So what I do is, even if I had a key, I don't like putting it in my unattended. And I kind of share my files a bunch. So I don't want someone grabbing my Windows 10 key. But these are generic keys to make sure that version of Windows gets installed. So this is a good little pro tip. Put that in there, hit enter. So we have all of that stuff in there. We're ready to roll. Post setup, if you wanted to run like a batch file or something outside of this, you could. Maybe at one point I'll like slipstream my PowerShell script into here, but for now I'm going to leave this blank, and then we're just going to hit apply. So this is everything it's going to grab and do. We're going to save the images, but also trim out the unnecessary ones because we didn't delete these. Now you could just delete these if you're never going to use them, but sometimes I might need that specific version for something. Image folder format, I'm using a USB drive, so I don't care if it's an extra gig or two. But if you do high compression, it's just going to take a really long time and you'll save a little bit of space. But I really hate ESD files in general. I think I understand why they were created, but I really hate them. You can see everything that it's going to do. We're going to create our ISO. Windows 10 NT Lite. Oh, look at that. I already made one, but we're going to just overwrite that. Yes, we'll replace it and we're good. So everything is as it should be. We're ready to process this. So we'll hit process. And it says, hey, Windows Defender is detected. Here's a problem with Windows in general is Windows Defender. Most people know I hate Windows Defender, but it does do a pretty good job of catching viruses. The other problem it has is it has so many false positives that you miss out on a lot of good pieces of software like NT Lite. So we'll say yes. We'll just get in here. And what we're going to do is just kind of change our virus and threat. And what we'll do is just kind of disable all these things. So we've disabled all these. We're good. Close that out. And then we'll just say yes. If you forget to turn off Defender, you will have most of these fail to install or fail to adjust because it's adjusting system files, and Windows really doesn't want you to do this. And now we've completed it. So the big thing to take away here is, one, we're using WIM instead of ESD. So this actually should be bigger, but it's literally half the size of the downloaded, actually more than half the size of the downloaded official ISO. And we've included all the most recent updates, new drivers. All the drivers for the system are actually baked in now, and we've done all our tweaks. So now it's time for the before and after. So this system, when we look at our task manager, the before picture, we're at 130 something processes at a bare fresh install. You have this bloated start menu. You have all this other junk basically happening on a stock install. And you got this news and weather widget, 69 Fahrenheit. Nice. All right, cool. So what we're going to do now is take this ISO, put it on a USB drive, and install it on this very system to see what difference it makes. And the clock starts right now. We still have to choose what we're going to delete. So we'll go ahead and move all of these partitions and let the new Windows optimized version take over. But the big part here is we only had to pick out the actual drive partitioning, and we skipped every other interactive prompt. The same goes for the initial startup here. You'll notice the system will reboot several times. So let's go ahead and speed this up. All right, and we are on the desktop now, and you'll notice it is pretty barren. You don't have nearly as much stuff. What's our start menu look like? Oh, that looks pretty nice. So about 3 or 4 minutes, I'd say, for the install time. We don't have practically any processes running. We're down in the 70s for the process count. A very nice and clean and tidy system. And you'll see that there is no security or defender on this platform. So the idea behind these presets was complete bare minimum only gaming. So you would install Steam. You wouldn't be browsing the web and downloading a bunch of executable files. This is a bare minimal install. So that's NT Lite in a nutshell. Very powerful stuff. Let me know in the comments below. You like this tool better than MSMG Toolkit, or do you think $40 is a bit much? Either way, there's something for everybody here. I really like these presets, and it makes my job way easier, especially when I'm setting up like a dedicated gaming box that I don't want all this stuff on, or maybe even my recording box doing something like this to where I'm not worried about an update breaking my sound card or something crazy like that. And I can get a very consistent experience, but again, not really meant for those machines out there that is just doing anything and everything, and they're downloading and opening up Nigerian prince emails. You know who you are. So with that, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.